Lauren Ratcliffe. Today is July the 27th, 2026. One of the first true pool days that I've had up here in eastern Kentucky because it has been rainy all summer. And so rainy that you can't weed a garden because every time that I've tried to weed the garden, it grew back worse than ever with weeds, and I can't even tell which is crops and which is weeds, and that really stinks. But I'm just so beyond thankful that today is an amazing pool day. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm on the autism spectrum, and I make videos based on my experiences with autism because I was diagnosed with it at a time when it was poorly understood, and try to help others to know that they can live a healthy life, and the importance of trying to figure out what works best for you. So I'm at our local pool today, and it's amazing. You know, I got in and it was cold, but you know, that's to be expected because we haven't had a lot of sunshine this year. I mean, I don't feel like we have. Like, we did some in May, but once school let out, I feel like it's done nothing but rain. So anyway, I'm here. It is very therapeutic, and also I'm hoping to get later in August, before the kids go back to school, I want to go to some major amusement parks, even though my hip is giving me hell. And let that be my birthday present, because I'm a roller coaster enthusiast, and I've been on a lot, and if we had the money, I would go on a lot more than what I'm on now. And I know that going to the local pool or splash pad or whatever you got in your community is a luxury for so many, but you need to think about it like this, that it's very therapeutic for people on the autism spectrum. If you can if you're like me and at one point you were afraid to go underwater, you know, I've learned that it can be very therapeutic, and I figured that out once I got over my fear of diving underwater when I was almost 12. So that's that. Also, what really helps to promote a relaxing day at the pool for me is to go do some exercise at the gym. You know, even if it's just 20-minute walking, it significantly helps a lot. And I mean, I do feel better, and I think that one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself if you're on the autism spectrum is not to try to be socially acceptable and to try to control your emotions, but to find something therapeutic that's good for your health in general. And you know, if you can do that, then you'll feel better, and when you feel better, it's just a lot easier to be socially acceptable. So that's the way I look at it, and I'm going to keep preaching that lesson, and I don't feel like that I was ever taught that. And one lesson learned is you need to set boundaries for yourself when you're on the autism spectrum, because when you set boundaries for yourself, you can feel better, and people that truly care about you are not going to worry about how socially acceptable you are, and for putting yourself first to feel better. So that is one lesson I've learned, and you know, I feel like, you know, I keep learning. I just learned a lot from being on the spectrum, and you know, unfortunately, my parents are still old school, and they don't believe in a lot of the things that I feel like I've learned and researched. You know, that really bites, but whatever. Alright guys, I'm going to get off of here, and I want to encourage everyone, please take advantage of your local pool, splash pad, whatever, on a hot day like this. And if you have a personal pool to go to, cool. Also, remember to stay tuned to like, share, and subscribe because there's a lot more autism-themed content coming. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.